Now we're back in the kitchen with Dean, and Dean is making meatballs. You'll want to do this. Apart from the fact they're delicious, it's under a £5.
Yeah, under a £5 for a family of 4.
Excellent.
And it's midweek as well, so we like nice, quick and easy food.
Of course.
And actually this dish actually uses only 5 main ingredients.
Ooh.
So we've got sausages.
Yeah.
We've got some cider.
Excellent.
War. Potatoes, onion and some fresh thyme.
Great.
As simple as that. We've got a few other ingredients in here which you'd normally have in your store cupboard.
Sure.
But it's really, really dead simple.
Okay.
And I'm actually using sausages for this dish. So normally your meatballs, you'd use mincemeat.
Sure.
But to cut down on the ingredients list, sausages already have nice flavourings already within them. And because it's autumn, I've gone for pork and apple.
Oh,
So
perfect.
what you do, you get your sausages, just split them down.
Yep.
And then just take the sausage meat out.
So it's kind of done for you.
Yeah,
a lot of
exactly.
it.
Simple as that. Really, you know, that's pretty much
Sure.
all you need at the moment. But I'm going to jazz this up a little bit.
Right.
I've got some fresh thyme. Now, I'm using fresh thyme in my gravy, so I've already got it, so why not add that a little bit more in there? And then we've got some breadcrumbs. So get that in there, and that's going to bulk it out.
Of course.
So, only one thing to do, you need to kind of get your hands in there, Lorraine.
You've got to go for it. Got to go for it.
Get it in there and make sure it's really, really well combined. And then what you can do, just kind of portion it out a little bit. So push it down, and then you can kind of divide it up so you know that most of your meatball is going to be around the same sort of size. We want them to cook at the same time.
Sure.
And you kind of want golf ball size pieces.
Right.
So what you do then, roll them between your hands, pop them on a plate. Then what you can do is actually pop those in the fridge for around 20 minutes.
Right.
Just because that helps them set up in the fridge.
Sure.
OK, so they won't tend to break up as much
That makes
when they go
perfect
into the pan.
sense. Sure.
OK, so I've just washed my hands really
Of
well.
course.
Then what you need to do, get them into a nice hot frying pan. OK, splash of oil. And you can see these are around 5-6 minutes, just to brown. Leave them in there to form their nice little crust so they don't break up.
Right.
And I'm going to just pop those onto a plate and just set them to one side for a second.
That smells so good.
Oh, you know, these are fantastic. Right, now in the same pan, we're going to make a real onion gravy.
Perfect.
OK, so obviously you need onions. So let's just get those sliced up really nice and thin.
Ooh. I don't like when you do
I know
that.
you panic every time.
Stop looking at me, look at the onion.
So these are going to go into the pan.
Perfect.
For around 3 to 4 minutes, just to soften down a touch, OK?
Right.
Just use your spoon just to make sure they're covered in the oil. And show them a little bit of love in the pan. Keep your eye on them so they don't caramelise.
Right.
You know, I say caramelise when we normally kind of burn things on here, but we want them to caramelise in a nice way. So just let them cook down.
Sure.
And then into that, we're going to add fresh thyme. We're going to add in some garlic. OK, give that a little bit of a stir. And then this is what we use to thicken. So we've got a tablespoon of plain flour.
Right.
OK, so we can toss the granules to one side.
OK.
Because this is how we're going to cook this. So you stir the flour around to cook it out. This is really, really dead simple. You know, so many people reach for the granules, you know,
I
and
know,
everything like
they
that.
think it's
so nice to do it
easier,
yourself.
but that's much tastier, isn't it?
It's much tastier. So we've got our liquids. You can't have pork without apple, without a little bit of cider, Lorraine.
Lovely.
But this will actually cook out, so the alcohol will cook out.
So you can give it to the kids, it'll be all right.
Yeah, do you know what? If you don't want to use the cider, though, you can also use a little bit of apple juice.
Yeah,
which would be great. So you want to reduce that down. OK, that's going to add a little bit of sweetness and acidity. Then go in with some chicken stock. Or you can use vegetable stock.
Right.
OK, what that's going to happen now is going to thicken up. We return the meatballs to the pan.
OK.
And we let that cook for around 10-15 minutes, Lorraine.
Lovely.
Look at this. Totally transformed, rich, oniony gravy. I'm going to serve this with some crushed potatoes. Now, what I did, I boiled these up with a couple of cloves of garlic in the water as well, which is going to add that lovely little background flavour.
It's all those little touches that just make all the difference.
Exactly. You know, you wouldn't sort of overly taste the garlic in there, but it really, really works. A little dash of oil.
Yum.
And we're going to serve up. So
this is proper grub,
it's
isn't
proper autumn food.
Yeah.
So let's go in with our meatballs, making sure we get loads of this amazing onion gravy in there. I mean, this is a treat for the midweek. And like I said, it's dead simple. A little sprinkling of thyme over the top.
Yum! Because you know how I'm always starving. You know me.
I know that.
Always starving, but this looks so good. And as you said, really, really inexpensive.
It's really inexpensive, really easy, really
easy.
cheap. And you know what? It tastes amazing.
Oh, that is so good. That gravy makes all the difference. You're absolutely right. Making it yourself.
Exactly.
I mean, if you don't have the time, of course you can
Yeah,
use
of course
a
you
stock,
can, but you know, hopefully I've just shown the viewers how easy and simple it is to do your own.
Going to keep that for me?
Of course I will.
Don't let anybody need it. All mine.